So, are you ready to rediscover one of the most absurd cinematic legends of recent history? Okay, let's go!
Ey Amerika! Sen bizi ne sandın lan?
Such a combination doesn't always appear, and I bet if you have not had the opportunity to meet the epic cult, which is not easy to understand at first glance, it may take some time to get over it after watching this dreadful, fantastic movie. Well, what we got here? The Death Star? X-Wings? Our Beautiful Cappadocia? Karate? Mummies? Plastic masks? Really? Gloves that made with welding swords? The most psychedelic evil character in history of cinema?
Dünyayı koruyan tabakayı delmeliyiz. Dünyayı yok edin. Dünyayı en zayıf anında yakaladık ve artık ele geçirmemiz çok kolay. Dünyaya hücum etme zamanı geldi. Eğer bir insan beyni ele geçirirsem, dünyayı da ele geçiririm. Dünyayı koruyan tabakayı delmeliyiz. Savaş gemileri saldırı emrimi bekleyin. Dünyalılar sanki sihir kullanıyor. Hücum edin dünyaya. 1000 yıldır çektiğim acıları insanlar da çeksin. Dünyalı beni yenemeyecek. Ne kadar güçlü olursa olsun dünyalının canını alacağım. Gene elimden kurtuldun dünya. Bir daha seni hiçbir kuvvet kurtaramayacak. O zaman uzayda en güçlü ben olacağım. Sana ulaşamamak kaybetmek değildir dünya.
An unstable superheroic actor? Whew! Such a huge list, huh? Whoa, hold on. It's not an ordinary theft here, of course. Indeed, it is hybrid ontology going far beyond the limit of our pathetic logic. Surely this kind of hybridity made the film famous in the international cinematic area, but ironically enough as the worst movie ever in the world history. Actually, everything was planned to do much better, and a huge movie set was set up quickly on Kilyos beaches, in the north of Istanbul, of course. The set had been damaged by an unpredictable storm and a colossal waves before the shooting began. Then, our jet director Çetin İnanç consults with producer Kuntugar, who is the minimal creative mind of Turkish cinema. The idea appearing in Tugar's mind is extraordinary. To steal a copy of Star Wars from the Turkey distributor of the movies? Rumor has it that Star Wars A New Hope was on theaters incompetently because of the image. Because copyright law was probably like a fairy tale in Turkey in that period, there was a no copyright problem when the movie was on theaters. There was also no information about the movie set locating in Kilyos beaches. Even if it was obvious how funny it looked even then, it would not be fair to ignore what lies behind of the movie. Of course, the footage of the movie was not just stolen from the most crucial scenes of Star Wars: A New Hope, but almost the backbone of the story was built on the Death Star. So, music was taken from Indiana Jones and the plush costumes. What? They were designed by the master actor Cüneyt Arkın himself. Oh, weird though. And even when some signs were streaming, some figurants got involved in the mise en signs over again, only changing costumes. Well, today labeling in this film as the worst film in the world means ignoring the underlying passion and love for cinema. It's not right to explain it only with limited opportunities. We have watched legendary movies on a much lower budget, but none of these movies probably claim to be a Star Wars. Yes, the budget was extremely limited, and with its limited opportunities, the film paid for the desire to travel to far and far away galaxies. So, is The Man Who Saved the World a mock-up or rip-off, or does it have a place even beyond these two definitions?
Sinema benim için bir hayat tarzı. İyi günler oldu, kötü günler oldu. Onu anlatabildiğimse mutluyum.
Well, Turkey has made many similar adaptations, such as bringing Spider-Man and Captain America together a long time before Avengers came out. That movie was called Three Giant Men.
Good night, Americanos!
So, what else? Superman, whose cape was flattered with a hairdryer and preferred to run mostly. Batman without a technical equipment, Star Trek, where a Turkish guy strolled in Atılgan, and a guy think himself as a Rambo. But even in these movies, it's often impossible to see signs from the original movie directly. For this reason, The Man Who Saved the World is not a mock-up. It's an example of a mockbuster that would make such companies like Asylum jealous. The spaceship science became legendary, especially for its "I'm going down" monologue. In this science, Cüneyt Arkın and Aytekin Akkaya''s parts were edited separately, and the stolen original Star Wars images were added in the background. The helmets, actually only one was used, were rented for half an hour from a motorbiker they saw on the street randomly. Both actors completed their science by wearing the same helmet in turn. Seriously, long before green screen was used. Now we are talking about a film with an extremely limited budget made in Turkey. Please don't say, "There is no creativity here," because there it is.
Ben sinemaya geldiğimde hareket yoktu, aksiyon yoktu sinemada. Nasıldı? Mesela karşıdaki bir yumruk atar, değil mi? O bloke eder, o vurur. Bir de çok tutar böyle üstünden atar. Yani 2 tane, 3 tane hareket vardı ben geldiğim zaman.
Shall we say the most creative training parts of the galaxy happen in this movie? Well, it might make sense to lace up some stone pieces to the feet. After all those years, we still can't explain the philosophy behind slapping the soil, of course. Another very fun detail is that our villain is a fan enjoying him watching Star Wars, of course. I think he is a huge fanboy, but I'm not sure right now. Okay, It was a bad joke, forget about it, but it can't be as bad as the tragedy of the bad guy who was split in half by a cop. Woo! Nowadays, many people dress exactly like him to protect themselves from coronavirus, right? Of course, nothing changed the fact. He is one of the coolest evil characters in the history of Turkish cinema. So what about Flash Gordon? The signs from Star Wars have been added so shockingly that the movie Flash Gordon was overlooked by many viewers. There is already a clear emulation about costumes in Flash Gordon. What about Star Crash and Battlestar? Okay, stop here. We will be running out of time if we add more examples in the list. What about subject of the movie? It's briefly set up around two Turkish space pilots falling into another planet with an unknown force entering the gravitational field. The growing danger which is in the hands of Darth Vader-like tyranny will soon affect the whole universe. Our heroes fall into another galaxy, the lap of Cappadocia, and events develop in an exact linear order. The chubby escalations of the world, killer robots, vampires, zombies, mummies with latex masks, the devil masks? Okay, in this entire intergalactic circus, Cüneyt Arkın and Aytekin Akkaya''s action skills come to the rescue. Approaching to the end, Cüneyt Arkın strikes the enemy at an unbelievable speed like an uncontrolled truck filled with testosterone, chopped and headless plush, with plastic basins. Sadly, it's even not possible to watching and digest the film in one sitting. So, why? Obviously, the film has its eccentric anomalies in narration. Well, Çetin İnanç, known as a jet director, gained reputation as a cult name in the field. What else? Cüneyt Arkın continued his way in the action arena, but even though The Man Who Saved the World, which has a well-dressed fanbase, is considered as an explain of a cult bad movie. The sequel film, The Son of the Man Who Saved the World, directed by Kartal Tibet, another Turkish action star, in 2006, has been the worst reflection of the evil. Compared to the cult film, this one disappeared dramatically. Bear in mind, The Man Who Saved the World is a film that was projected and shot in few days in order to satisfy Turkish producers' appetites. The project used countless scenes from 19 different films, and for this particular reason, the film is an example of a delicious puzzle. Thanks to Çetin İnanç's contribution to the cult trash movie arena by adding an unbelievable cover. The Man Who Saved the World is a rule of film that every cinephile must experience from beginning to end at least once in their lifetime. You know what it is? May the force be with you, fellas.